I gotta go.
Hello, hello.
Hey.
I'm Jennifer K. Palmer.
And I'm JB Palmer.
And we are so thrilled to have you in this group. And this group is basically to educate you on what intermittent fasting is. And we're hoping you're going to try it.
So intermittent fasting, if you don't already know, is just a way of eating and timing your calorie intake to an 8-hour window. So in a 24-hour day, you're going to eat and take in all the calories that you take in 8 hours. And the rest of that time, the rest of that 16 hours is going to be your fasting window.
And we're going to ask you today to think about 4 things as we ramp up for starting our feasting and fasting on Monday.
It's Monday.
Yes, Monday we're going to dive in.
Mondays.
So number 1, now if you hear all that growling in the background, it's not our kids, it's our dogs.
It's not our stomachs.
That's right, it's not our stomachs. But it is our dogs, and they're like toddlers when we get on the phone. So we apologize for the growling in the background. Number 1 we're going to talk about is water. Drinking lots and lots of water.
More than you probably think.
Yes, we're going to want to have about a minimum amount of water, which is half your body weight in ounces. So if you're 100 pounds, 50 ounces of water in a day. 200
pounds.
There you go. So
ounces.
That's your minimum. So please make sure that you are drinking that much water. There's a video later on in the month that will tell you why it's so important, but it is extremely important that during your intermittent fasting that you are drinking a lot of water.
And there are no calories in water, so you're drinking that not just during your feasting window, but You're also drinking plenty of water during your fasting.
And that's important as well. You don't want to dehydrate yourself during your fasting window.
It's very important.
Number 2 is that you want to start looking at your day and what your feasting and fasting windows will look like. You know, mine and JB's are more like a 10 to 6, 11 to 7. And that is our feasting window is between 10 and 6 or 11 to 7. And our fasting is the rest of the day.
So we look at it like it's about your traditional lunchtime through to dinner.
Right.
And it sounds like you're skipping breakfast. We are still breaking our fast.
Mm-hmm.
But remember, we're just putting all of our calories in the day, the normal amount of calories, and in some cases, maybe even more calories than what you're used to, depending on what you're doing. Right. We're just putting it in 8 hours. That's it.
That's exactly right. This is really easy. So the third thing I want you to look at is, what is it? Just moving that breakfast a little later each day for the next few days. So that's still part of the first one.
So if you eat at 9 a.m. every day, you might want to start looking at 9:30, 10 o'clock, something like that. If you eat breakfast at 6 a.m., there's a few steps it's going to take you to get ramped up to.
And if you are going to work, don't worry, we'll address those things.
No matter what your work schedule is. Some people work 12-hour shifts. Some people work night shifts. You can make it work no matter what you do, no matter what your schedule is. It's
probably the easiest thing that I've ever made work in a schedule. And then the 4th thing is, stand on the scale, write down your weight, and take your measurements. I'll post a chart to help you later on today to help you know what measurements to take. But you're going to want to take those measurements because the measurements will go down way before the scale will.
You'll definitely see changes in your measurements before you see changes in your weight.
Yes.
And that's just natural.
So those are your 4 tips for getting started. Remember, it's your water. It's your looking at your schedule to see what your feasting and fasting windows are going to be, what will work best for you. Begin making your breakfast later in the day.
Shorten that window.
Shorten that window. That's right. And then take your measurements and weigh yourself. And
that's really the best way to be able to see how this is working, especially in a short time frame like 3 weeks to 4 weeks.
Right.
Is by knowing what your measurements are. If you don't take those measurements, you're not going to have anything to compare it to in 4 weeks. And
especially because what's going to happen is you're going to reduce a lot of puffiness and inflammation. And you don't even know how much you have.
No, you'll feel it, but you won't be able to see it on something like a scale.
Right. So we're super excited to have you in the group.
This is going to be fun.
Ask questions, comment, and post because others will learn from your questions.
And we'll know more about what to address specifically. The more questions that across the board people are talking about, the more we know that's what we're
It may change the content because we may decide to make a video
there's so much
about
content.
that. Yes. So 30 days We're super excited. Have a very blessed day.
Let's do this.